Hey everybody, welcome back out to the range. Today I got a fun one. We're going to be looking at the Aero Precision M5. That's a 308 rifle. It's an 18-inch version. We're going to take a look at how it performs in terms of reliability, maybe just a little bit of accuracy and ammo handling. And let's talk about it and let's get going. Okay, so today we're going to be starting off with the tabletop before we end up back out at the range. I do want to show that this weapon is clear. There's nothing in the chamber. There's no mag in the mag well. I do want to kind of go over this. I did get the 18-inch version. My Ruger sfar is a 16-inch, and what I wanted with this was a rifle length gas system, so I could just compare the recoil a little bit. Of course, this is quite a bit heavier. I'll try to put up in the right-hand corner what the weight of this thing is, but boy, you can just immediately upon getting it and comparing it to my Ruger sfar, you're like, wow, okay, that is a lot heavier of a system. It does have an adjustable gas block on the end of it, and I do want to make a little bit of a comment on that. While I've had zero problems with this gun, I've probably shot around 100 rounds of AAC 150 grain 308 ammunition out of this. That's the factory ammo, and pretty much all the factory ammo I've shot out of it. I've probably shot another 50 or 60 rounds of hand loads. So that's basically the testing that I've done. I have had zero malfunctions. Let me correct that. I've had a couple, but those have been somewhat self-induced as I've been trying to tune the gas block. So immediately from the factory, everything just worked fine. I did want to make sure that I was in the right setting for the gas block, and the way to do that, again, YouTube future reviewer, I am not modifying this gun. There is an adjustable setting on it. And so the way you do that is you take your little wrench and you bring the gas block all the way down to setting 0, which means you turn it clockwise until it bottoms out. $11, $12, $13, $14, $15. Now I'm at 15, and what's curious is that this is in theory a 15 setting adjustable gas block. But watch this. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And right around 20 it stops and bottoms out. And that's exactly the setting. Even though I have adjusted this and I've worked on it, that's the setting that it came with, and that's the setting that it works. So again, going backwards, and I did this, what I did was I put it on setting 15, which is what is recommended by the manufacturer, and you shoot one round, and I'll probably show some footage, hopefully, that I have of this. And what happens is you're supposed to shoot one round, and if you get locked back on that one round, then you have a good setting. And then usually you maybe increase it one or two more, or open it up one or two more. But you start at 15, and in theory, you won't get you'll get a lot of lock back. You'll reduce it to 13. You'll reduce it to 11, and then maybe at 11 or 9 or something, you won't get lock back. So then you increase it to setting 10, and maybe then you'll get lock back. And then what they recommend is you go up to maybe setting 12 so that you really get consistent lock back and consistent ejection and firing. And so that's what I did, but it ended up being back at setting 20, which is what it came from the factory, even though this is, a 15 setting cast block. So I don't know what is going on. I've not yet had a chance to call Aero. For any of you out there, I have asked a couple questions to Brad Branch. He also has one of these new systems that he's been working on. His is, I think he's running his at around 11, setting 11. So I'm not really sure what's going on with mine. So if anybody has any thoughts or ideas, I would appreciate it. Nevertheless, it is a very reliable gun. It is a very nice shooting gun. I would say it's still maybe a little bit hard in terms of the recoil, especially relative to where I have my Ruger sfar trained now. We're just closing that. I just want to check the trigger. We get it. Go back here. This just has a standard mil-spec trigger in it. I am probably going to replace this with a LaRue MBB2 trigger, which I find to be, for the price, pretty dang hard to beat. But okay, so let's just take a look at what the trigger pull on this is. See, it is pretty hard, and then hits the wall and goes. Let's do that again. A little bit of take up, and then, yeah, not terribly bad. But I did notice when I was shooting it, I definitely like my rifles that have that MBBT2 trigger on it. I have mentioned in the past, I also have some rifles with the Geisley SSE2, and I really can't tell the difference with the MBBT2 trigger from LaRue, so that's just what I'm going to be going rather than spending triple on it for the price. So yeah, it does come with a fully adjustable carbine buffer system in it. I do have my Arrowhead 1-10 mounted on it. You see that in many of the videos that I have. I really like using it because I like the 10X on it. And I have 2 of these, and so I'm able to swap them between a couple of different rifles while I'm saving up the money to maybe buy some different optic systems. So if you have a favorite optic system for an AR-10, I would appreciate you putting that in the comments and what you'd like to see on it. Again, I've reviewed this Swamp Fox Arrowhead in the past, and one of my main complaints is, especially with an older version that I have it, I have a newer green version and a newer red version. The red version is not daylight bright, so on setting 1, middle of the day, I can't really see it when it's illuminated. So I think that that's a little bit of a challenge with it. So, and then let's talk about philosophy of use. It is an 18-inch barrel, so this is not going to be a competition gun. It's probably best suited to be more in the hunting range, but I kind of wanted just a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier AR-10 system just to try out, and it'll mostly be a target option for me. I think definitely if you have a full complement of home defenders for your neighborhood in terms of SHTF or Tiatuaki, this is definitely something that you might want to have a couple of guys with, a little bit longer reaching power, a little bit more powerful ammunition, but definitely wouldn't be my first go-to-war rifle in terms of what I would if I had one rifle to bring with me. But definitely, certainly a formidable home defense rifle, formidable battle rifle, formidable range toy, and hunting toy. So those are the philosophies of use that I see with this. All right, so let's next get out to the range and see how it goes. Okay, so we're out at the range, obviously. Got a target down at about 100 yards. I've already spent some time sighting this rifle in on some of the other days that I've shot. First up, I've got some 7.62 NATO rounds that I'm going to test. I've got some AAC, I've got some hand loads, and I've got some gold medal, and we'll just shoot with this and see how this rifle performs and talk about its characteristics. I've got a couple of different ammunitions. We're going to start out with 7.62 NATO from Aguila. Then I've got some gold match, some federal gold match, some AAC 150 grain. I've got some hand loads, some 150 grain FMJs. Got a target down range at 100 yards. We'll just see how it goes with shooting this and what reliability, what accuracy, how it feels, and we'll talk about that. All right, it's the accuracy. Got some lock back. It really is smoothing out. I do have an H3 buffer in this and a Springco spring. It's feeling pretty good now. I'm liking that. Glad to see that it's working with the Aguila. Let's try some of this AAC ammunition next up. All right, we got the 150 grain AAC ammunition in here. It's going around, it's supposed to be going around 2700 or 2850, I guess. All right, we got locked back with that. Next up, we're going to try some of this Federal Premium. Now the gold match. All right, not bad, not bad. Again, not a great scope. And let's finish off with some of my hand loads. These are not tuned These are random brass loads. These are plinking rounds. I did some experiments with trying to get groups with random brass, and the brass tension in the various brass is something you got to worry about. So typically, when you're using a sizing die with a some type of collet in it that allows you to get specific to the brass, you change it based on what neck tension you have. You measure it and you go to 0.02 diameters lower than that, or 0.002 two thousandths, I think, lower than that. Yeah, this is just all like just regular full length sized. These are kind of plinking, but let's just keep going on with the test. That's pretty funny. By far the best group is the random brass 150 FMJ round. Could also be the trigger bar is finally getting warmed up and shooting just a little bit better, but yeah, kind of funny. The group with the FMJs are the closest. Not too bad with the gold match. I had some groups going high, some groups going low. That's me. The Aguila NATO rounds don't group terribly well. The AAC ammo is okay. It's pretty funny about the load that I picked. I'm pretty sure those are all individual, unique shells. Like I've got Hornady, Federal, Aguila, Ammo Inc., Norma, all a couple brands I don't, Winchester, a couple other brands I don't recognize. Just whatever ammunition, probably all from my sfar testing. So that's pretty funny. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so what do I think of this Aero Precision M5 rifle? It's 18-inch barrel. I'm really pretty happy about it. I'm happy with the way that it's shooting. Haven't had any malfunctions. Super reliable. I think if I had something that I was going to complain about, it is how heavy it is, but that certainly comes back when I have it tuned right. It definitely is a very low recoiling rifle. Super fun. I'm looking forward to creating some suppressor content. Should be a fun thing. So let me know what you think. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell me if there's other content, types of ammunition you'd like to see with this. Probably get my lab radar out and do some of the other rounds. But yeah, let me know what you think. Thanks again. Please like, share, and subscribe.